Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. Senator, thank you so much for being with us. You had previously said that the only good tariff is a dead tariff. So do you think the court that said you cannot use this emergency power to levy these reciprocal tariffs across the board was correct in their decision?
Well, I haven't read the decisions yet, but here's what I think. And I'll answer your question, Casey. It's a good one. I don't understand really why everybody's all lubed up about this. You didn't have to be clairvoyant or a senior at Caltech to see this coming. Federal courts have enjoined everything else. I expected them at some point to issue an injunction on this. The decisions will be appealed. It'll end up with the Supreme Court. In the meantime, it's not going to change anything. The negotiations will go on. What hasn't changed, it seems to me, is the overarching policy and the overarching politics. Policy first. The president has articulated a multitude of reasons for his tariffs. The one I find compelling is reciprocity. Our goal here, and this is what I meant when I said the only good tariff is a dead tariff. Our goal here should be to have our foreign friends lower their tariffs and trade barriers as close to zero as possible. And then we ought to do the same thing. And let's freely exchange goods and services and may the best price of the best product win. In the long run, that'll be good for us and it'll be good for the global economy. But in the short run, you have to consider the politics. If these tariffs, or even the talk of the tariffs in the short run, either leads to higher prices, and I'm not saying it necessarily will, but if it does, or if people's expectations are that they're going to be higher prices, so they raise their prices higher, that's going to create a political problem for us. That's going to create a problem in the midterms. Because I think President Trump, in my opinion, won because he represented hope, while Vice President Harris represented more hurt. And I think people were thinking about their pocketbooks. Now, the White House is they're kind of touchy on this tariff business.
You don't say.
They go from zero to screw everyone pretty quickly. But I think that's a pretty accurate assessment of where we are, and we're going to have to explain to the American people why we're doing these tariffs.
The White House said today that the courts have no role in addressing this kind of economic policy. Do you agree with that statement?
No. Under the Constitution, Congress has tariff authority. We gave, for better or worse, Congress gave some of that authority to the presidency. The president has been exercising that authority. The issue before the courts, and our courts it's appropriate for them to decide, is whether he has exceeded that authority. I don't think he has, but that's up to the courts to tell us. But in the meantime, nothing's going to change. These talks are not going to stop, nor should they.